Hello YouTube, Chamber here. Today I'm going to show you how to connect MySQL with C++ build applications. So first you're going to have to open your control panel. XAMPP or WAMP will do. As you can see, once it's successfully opened, click Start on both Apache and MySQL. Make sure port 80 is free before you start Apache. As you can see, it uses port 80. If there's another application that is already using port 80, Apache will fail to start because Apache by default is using port 80. Once that is successfully started, you can now click Admin under MySQL. You're going to open a web browser and direct you to phpMyAdmin. You can now close this. Automatically, the moment you close it, you're going to go to the icon tray, system tray. And then you wait. Once the page is successfully loaded, you will need to create the database you want to connect to. In my case, I already created a database called test. Inside the database test, I created a table called table users. This view the structure of the table. There's 3 columns: ID, user, and path. The first column is an identity column, which is an auto increment. Then the second one is user, that is going to store usernames, and the third one is going to store passwords. Now there's no data in this table. Once it's done, select this phpMyAdmin image here. I'm going to take you again to the home page of phpMyAdmin, and then from there you click users. Here there are the usernames. These are the usernames you can use to access these databases here. Root, the host name is localhost, the username is root, the password is no, meaning there's no password that was set for this account. So since there's no password set, we can now minimize this. Open Embarcadero, Red Studio, create a new VCL application for C++ Builder. Once it's successfully created, go to Data Explorer here. You will get DB Express, and you will get, sometimes you might get more than just DB Express. And then you're going to select under DB Express, you want to select MySQL. sorry about that. You're gonna select MySQL. You're gonna create a new connection by right clicking and click add new connection. I'm gonna call it con MySQL. Don't worry about this. Is the third-party component that I just added. They keep on annoying. Then from there, under this newly created connection, you're gonna right click and click modify. The host name, if you can remember, the host name is localhost, or you can use 127.0.0.1. So I can type localhost, and then the database name we are going to use. I've already created a database called test, and it has table inside table users, TPL users. So the database we're gonna use here is test. But now, as you can tell by looking here, it simply means there's no password set for this account. So the username, of course, we know is root. So under username, we're gonna type root, and then the password. Let me clear everything first. We know there's no password set, so the connection test must be successful. But there we go, it fails. Why? Okay. But notice that if I type a space and I click test, it gets successful. So this one is very confusing. That is why I will suggest that we add a new account that has a password that we will use to connect to this test database. So click add user. The username we will use here, you can just choose any. In my case, I will use my surname, Sivate. Make sure local is selected. I never used any host, but I trust local. The password I'm gonna use is 123456. 123456, and then you can skip this one and come here and give all the privileges to the newly created account by checking everything, and then click go. Don't worry about this. Once it's done, it will present you with this. Click database. Notice that here it's written none, meaning now this user that was just created does not own any database. So we have to add a database that we want this user to access. Test, as you can see, you're gonna select test and click go. So now the username Sivate, you grant all the permissions to the test database. Now, if you go to users again here, you can see that there's a new username there called Sivate, and now it has a password, as you can see. Click edit. Now, if you go to database, you can see that now this user owns the database test, and the user now has all the privileges to this database. Okay, you can even add more than just test and add all of them, so the user will have access to all the databases. Okay, so now I can minimize this, and now I can type the username Sivate here and the password 123456. It should be successful. As you can see, it succeeded. Then you're gonna click OK. Now if you click this plus sign here, you will be expanding. Under tables, expand again. You can see that table users is there. As you can see, table users. So the only thing you have to do now is to drag and drop it here into your form. The moment you drag this table, you put it into the form, you're going to create a new connection there called the con MySQL. This is of type T SQL connection. Okay, and this is just the data set, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, SQL dataset. We don't want that. So now you can tell by clicking this connected and click set it to true, meaning now this component has successfully connected to your database. Okay, but now right click this table users and click view. You can see that there's ID, there's user, there's path, but there's no data inside. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down and look for DB Express. As you can see, the DB Express, expand it, take a query component, put it there. Select this query. I'm gonna name it query. Good. Change its SQL connection to the connection that is already existing on the form, which is SQL con MySQL, which is this component here. So now this query knows the connection because this connection is now connected to the internet, to the database, meaning this query should not have any problem connecting. Now we have a query. Okay, now we're gonna drag an edit box, edit, okay, and a button. There we go. So username, okay, I will name this UDT user, and I will remove its text. Same apply here. I'm gonna name it password. Okay, I'm gonna UDT path. I'm gonna change its text to nothing. Now I'm gonna insert to database. Good. So I'm gonna resize this. Here we go. So the moment I click this button, we're gonna insert the data that will be entered here to the table. Which table? Table my TPL users, which is this table here. As you can see, it's empty, does not contain any data. As you can see, it's still empty. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna create a temporary string here. Oh, I can't even type string today. String. Another one. Okay, the use of the username. Come on, why is it so slow? There we go. Edit username dot text terminate. P is equal to ADT pass text terminate. So U contains the username that will be entered, P contains the password that will be entered. Insert into table users. The table name, insert. The table name is called table users. As you can see here, is named table users. Is not case sensitive, meaning you can even use capital letters. So we're gonna insert the user and the path. This user is this. Come here. Is this user here? and then this path is this path here. So if you wrote username in full and password in full, even here you're gonna have to write username in full and password in full. So now we're gonna pass the values. Since it's a varchar, it should be inside single quotes. So now we have to take this username that was entered and put it and concatenate it to this query that will be executed. So you're gonna have to put double quote plus plus and then you put u. This will simply mean we just took the username that was entered and put it here. So for example, if the username was surveyed, it's gonna look like this. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, so same applies to the password. I'm gonna put p. If my p here is surveyed, even here it's gonna replace this with surveyed. Okay, so just like that. Make sure you have single quotes first and then double quote and then plus plus and then the variable name. Okay, so now we have a query here. It's time to execute the query. We want to put query. Come on, there we go. Query.sql. As you can see, dot text. Okay, so we are setting now the text of the SQL to be this statement that we are about to execute. So we're going to do like this. So now the query knows that which text will it execute. So we're going to do like query execute. As you can see here, it is execute SQL. So it accepts a Boolean variable called exec direct. I'm gonna set it to true. Truly speaking, I don't even know that parameter, what is it for, but now you're gonna have to save your project. Desktop. I'm gonna create a new folder. I'm gonna call it con SQL like this. You can name it anything. Okay, save. So now go to back to your project explorer here. Project. Here you were here before. Now gonna go to project and right click your project and click build. Once it's done, you're gonna click run. Make sure you use this one, not this one, so that you will have this stop button enabled. In case something goes wrong, you're gonna be able to stop it. Good. I'm gonna minimize this. So now we have this application here. Is this still recording? 19 minutes. What the hell? Okay. I'm gonna minimize it. Okay. I'm gonna type my name there, Temba. My password will be my surname, like this. So this will be treated as my password. When I click insert. So let's go to a database now. Select this table and see if it does have data. As you can see, there is Temba Sivat. Okay, and the ID is auto incremented. That is why it's set to 1. Next time you put a new record, it's gonna go to 2. So let's put another one. Password, I'm gonna put 1 2 3 4 5 6. And set. So if I come here, I click refresh, you can see that they are now inserted today. Okay, I'm gonna stop this. So next time we're gonna continue with this application, but next time we're gonna do update, delete, and more. Stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching. If you like it, subscribe and like.